What's up, you guys? My name is Isaiah. I'm heading this card game thing that we're trying out this year. It's going to be really sick. So, here's a brief history. Last year, we had cards that were something like this to help you get to know the team, right? This one's me, actually. And so, uh, you would see them and you would get to know the team better. You'd see what team we're from, and we'd basically just promote ourselves with these cards. And they were really cool. People went absolutely nuts over them, and we handed them out at the regional tournaments that we went to, and it was pretty awesome. But this year, we want to go even bigger scale. So, if you notice, I don't know if you saw this or not, these cards didn't actually have backs to them. So this year, we're incorporating our new eye logo into the back, which is super cool and actually not that weird if you consider some of the backs that like Yu-Gi-Oh cards come on. It's a super cool logo. And then the front, based on last year's design. Now we've got a lot of things going on here that I need to discuss. First off, in order to keep things private, we're not going to say everyone's first name, but we are seeking pictures of not only the people from our teams, but from everyone that we can incorporate. Now, obviously, we can't use every single picture that you guys send in, but we want to be able to get everyone, at least one person from every team included. It would be really cool. We have their first name, and then an abbreviated last name, again, for privacy's sake. A picture of them that's been photoshopped. I like to call this one Nateception, because that's Nate, and then that's Nate, and then that's Nate, and it's just turtles all the way down. As you can see, he's from Team 458, and our little MV Robotics logo name, our name is right there, so that we can, preserve our identity as the people who made this. He is a marketer, and that is very special. We will talk about that in just a second. He's from Team Born to be Wired. So your full team name will be here. He has attack, defense, and speed, and these are determined entirely by the roll of a dice. Alright, so it has no implications whatsoever on how good you are as a person, how fast you are, if you've ever done something of great athleticism. It's none of that. So this is entirely arbitrary to you as a person. It has no implications whatsoever. And then, if one of your attributes comes out to be pretty not so good, you will actually get a bonus attribute down here. It's like a special power, if you will, that will help to balance out the cards so that it's fair. So this one, when Nate himself is holding the card, or if this card is played by anyone by the name of Nate, he gains 3 defense to make up for the fact that he only has 1. Our defense and attack system actually originated from cards like Blue Eyes White Dragon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. These are very much inspired by card games that already exist, and we're actually looking for a card that's about this size, not this size. This is a prototype, and it'll help me show it to you in the video format. We decided to opt out of cards like this, spells, traps, field cards, special abilities, because we want everyone to be able to play this game, and stuff like that gets really complicated. Basically, here's how it works. You will have a deck, and your opponent will have a deck. Your decks will each be a minimum of 10 cards, but you can have as many cards in your deck as you like. You need a minimum of 10 cards. You'll draw 3 cards at the beginning, and then from then on the game is played a lot like war. Alright, so say, just for example's sake, these are the 2 cards that this person has. These are the 2 cards that this person has, alright? You get to select the card that you want to play. So for convenience's sake, these guys play Matt Moracle, whose name will be shortened if that was this year's card. This team would play Dirk Keller, whoever's fighting, and then they'd face off head to head. They get to pick, and each other does not get to see the cards that they have. So it's played like war. Play them face down, like so. I don't know if you can see that. And then count of 3 or whatever, you know, they flip over, and it works like this. Whoever has the greater speed attacks first. If the speed is a tie, then the entire thing is a draw. If Matt Morkel has a greater speed than Dirk Keller, I'll flip these up so you guys can see them. If Matt Morkel has a greater speed than Dirk Keller, all right, Matt Morkel's attack will be compared to Dirk Keller's defense. If Dirk Keller has a lesser defense than Matt Morkel's attack, Matt Morkel will win the round. If Matt Morkel has a lesser attack than Dirk Keller's defense, Dirk Keller will win the round. If Matt Morkel's attack is equivalent to Dirk Keller's defense, it is negated, and then Dirk Keller's attack will be compared to Matt Morkel's defense. If then Dirk's attack is more than Matt's defense, Dirk will win. But if Dirk's attack is less than Matt's defense, Matt will win. So every round can go either way. There are some ties. The first 5 wins out of 9 rounds wins the game. And hopefully it'll be very fun. The other thing that will come into play, every time you lay down a card, you need to take the attributes into account. They will modify your attack, speed, defense, or all 3 or none of them. And this is where it gets tricky. Whether you're a marketer, a programmer, a team leader, or a builder. Those are important. I don't know why I forgot builders. If you're a builder, that will affect these attributes also. So, it's like rock, paper, scissors. The marketers beat the build team. So, for example, Matt Morkel here happened to be a builder. Because Nate Barnhart is a marketer, Nate would get +1 attribute, +1 in every attribute. And then the attacks and defense and speed are all taken into account. If, however, Nate was a programmer, if, however, Matt Morkel was a programmer.
What are you doing?
I'm explaining the card game in a video that you're interrupting. Bruh.
Video editing, it's amazing.
I know, right? If, however, Matt Morkel were to be a programmer, he would beat Nate as a marketer. This is just a rock, paper, scissors system. I'm not trying to say that any one thing is better than any other thing. If either of them are a team leader, it is entirely unaffected. So team leaders are like the, to associate it with Pokemon, team leaders are like the normal type. Nothing really affects them. They're not like grass, fire, water, right? If they're both project leaders, managers, however you want to say it, then again, no consequence. Their attributes are exactly the same. So, to recap, marketing beats build, build beats programming, and programming beats marketing. So they all keep in balance, like fire, water, grass. Have a look at this eye logo again. It's really good. We have a great eye. Look at that. I think this pretty much covers everything. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. If you like the idea of this card game, give it a like. If you dislike it, give it a dislike, and we'll be sending out a mass email with a link to this video very shortly. So have at it.